All right, Donna, I just want to say, first of all, thank you for the opportunity to work with you and to work with your case. I just want to say, so grateful, because I get to spend a lot of time reading and learning, and then I get an opportunity to take a lot of my experience and knowledge and try to help people like you. That's the most important thing. And then from helping people like you, you know, um, then where I'm able to learn to teach others and other people to do this work and other people to use my brain exercise software practitioners for them, for their clients and patients like you. So I just wanted to share. Donna came to me several months ago, and Donna had a transit ischemic attack. So it's a form of a stroke, and it affected her central vision in her left eye. She lost some of the central vision in her left eye. She had numbness on the left side of the face. And I want Donna to, and now Donna is in Pennsylvania. I live in New Jersey. We're doing telepractice. And I've been able to, together, we've been able to work, and I've been able to put a customized brain exercise program on her phone, which is able to help to improve her vision, her balance, and then and the numbness in her face has decreased. So I want Donna to share what in the beginning, what happened, what she used to see when she first had this, and what her evaluation at her ophthalmologist, Dr. Cute, and then how much she's progressed. Donna, I'm giving it over to you.
Well, August the 25th, I had a central retinal artery occlusion. They're not sure whether it was caused by a blood clot or plaque, but irregardless, it happened. I lost the vision in my left eye totally. Within a few days, I developed numbness in my eyelid, in my temple, in my nose, stuffiness in my nose on the left side, everything on the left side. And I was seen by a neurologist, by the ophthalmologist, by my family doctor. I went through a battery of testing. Um, in fact, the ophthalmologist, the day after this happened to me late at night on the 25th, the next day
On in
I saw,
2020,
yes,
2020.
yes. And the next day when I saw the ophthalmologist, I really had no vision to speak of in my left eye. And when he was writing the orders for the different tests that he was going to have done, he said to me, I know this sounds terrible, but I hope you actually have multiple sclerosis because then you have a very good chance of getting your vision back. He said, otherwise, it does, it looks like it is what it is. And that was extremely difficult to hear him say, because like, who wants to wish for a bad chronic disease like multiple sclerosis? But I just, I mean, it was a major life altering thing that happened to me.
At that time, you couldn't drive, right? So you couldn't
Oh,
drive
I
a
could
car.
drive. I mean, I was afraid to even take the dog for a walk because um, I needed to become acclimated to only seeing with one eye. And I was afraid I'd be like flipping over the curb or something. So, I mean, and then it just plunged me into a very um, deep depression just because, like, the neurologist had me tested for Lyme disease or some other tick-borne problem that was all negative. Everything was negative. Thank God for that. However, I was left with no vision in my eye. And I mean, I know there's people that, are born with with they're blind, and so I had, and so I was trying to talk myself into, it'll be okay. But it was really difficult, like really difficult. No, there was no hope given to me by anybody, and there wasn't anything. They couldn't give me a pill, they couldn't do a procedure, they couldn't, there was just, this is the way that it is. And then thankfully, my son, who um put me in contact with.
Her son Gabe came to me, was referred to me, and had some balance and vertigo issues. And her son was a former baseball player. Now he's a baseball trainer, does an incredible job, and incredible guy. And he's referred me a bunch of people who's had concussion, motor tics, um, a couple, another balance and vertigo case. And he immediately contacted me and to work with Donna. And I want to share a couple things. Donna is a very, very special lady. She used to be a nurse for 20 years. She has incredible energy. She had a couple things in her, prior stressful things in her family with that had health issues, and then she had this situation to happen. And an important thing for therapists is that the consciousness that you do on yourself, and I do a lot on myself to bring energy. And when you bring that energy coupled with your academic knowledge, whatever, in neuroscience, I bring in neuroscience knowledge, then when you bring your energy and that client really takes your energy and starts to infuse themselves and work on their own energy. And that's what Donna did. She really, really worked on her own faith and energy and consciousness. And then with her energy, my energy, and then the work we did with my brain exercise software, is she'll tell you the results now that she's gotten.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, I went from, I just can't imagine feeling any more despondent because, like you said, Andrew, my mother died last year, and my brother-in-law died exactly a month later. My husband and I were then responsible for taking care of both of their estates, and they're both out of town. And we had COVID, and it was just awful, those two things. And then this happened to me. It was like, oh my gosh, what else could happen? But I was just thrilled that Andrew could give me hope. If that was all he gave me and nothing more, I would be so, I'm just so grateful. Just to have hope is just unbelievable. However,
So,
I have been so blessed because I've diligently done all the exercises and life changes, diet things, and, getting out and walking and those sorts of things. And I am driving now, and my ophthalmologist cannot
Dr. Cute,
explain, yes, he cannot explain why I am seeing as much as I do. He told me I can wear contact lenses again. I mean, yeah, do I still have a vision problem? Yeah, I do. I probably have about 25% of my vision is gone. Um, but I have no reason to
so, but
think that.
so you would say 75% of your vision is improved since of
Absolutely.
since the stroke. The other
Yeah,
thing I wanted to tell you is, uh, Donna, as of the beginning of October, well, October 8th, was instructed by Dr. Cute. Dr. Cute is a great doctor. So
yes, yes.
anybody who
Wonderful.
is in the Williamsport, Pennsylvania area must, and they want a great ophthalmologist. Dr.
Patient
Cute
man.
is the guy that you want to see. Dr.
That's right.
Cute, not only I have not met him, but I've met him through and I'm looking forward to meeting him. I met him through Donna, and for one, I've looked up his reviews are fabulous,
Mhm.
and he's one from Donna. He's a really, not only is he a very smart doctor, he's an open doctor, and he's a real caring doctor.
Very
And
compassionate.
because he's an open doctor, October 8th, he was instructed to. There was a machine that he had, and
Yep.
Donna was instructed with her left eye to see if she could see a green dot, and she couldn't see
Mhm.
anything at all.
Right.
And she came back 3 months later, which is about 3 weeks ago, January 8th of this year. She took that same test and she could see the whole green ball. Dr. Cute has been a big proponent of, you know, really telling, and that's what a caring man he is, of telling Donna to continue to use my brain exercise
Yes.
program, which we have 6 brain programs. We have a breathing program, we have a virtual reality inner ear balance vestibular program, a virtual reality eye program, which we're using a lot. We're using the vestibular, the breathing, the eye program. We have a visual motor imagery for dyslexia and chronic pain and phantom pain, a sound program for balance, and a 2DI program. So we use the 2DI program, but now we're using the virtual reality, which is a 3D environment. Because we have the 3D environment, we have a lot of variability with the position of the targets, the size of the targets, the speed, the reps, the colors, the background colors, and the fact that we could do convergence, we could do regular 2D kind of eye movements. So we could do a lot of variability, and it's helped her a lot. So now, going back now, Donna, she can now drive. She
Mhm.
can now wear contact lenses. She can now see in that machine. Dr. Cute, who's a great doctor, can see the
Yes.
green dot in the machine. Not only that, today we had another breakthrough. So, well,
Yeah.
let me share this. She had numbness, I would say 75, 80% reduction in numbness in the left side of her face. We're using a TENS unit. And Donna's gonna show just the little items that we use, the VR headset with my software, and a TENS unit. And the TENS unit activates the vagus nerve, which is activating her parasympathetic system, which is helping her autonomics. So we're using that. We're using the breathing, which helps the autonomics, and we used my 3D virtual eye program, which has been helping her improve the vision. And Dr. Cute thinks that we're hitting, we're stimulating the retinal ganglion, the group of neurons, the photoneurons in her eye that are left, and we're heightening them up. So hopefully, the ones that are there and that she has the ability to work are working at a greater level to compensate to improve her vision. The other thing that happens in these cases is the in the back of the eye. Dr. Cute was seeing her every once a month just to make sure that uh,
Right.
sometimes 30% of the time in these cases, in the back of the eye, they'll develop a branch of vessels to compensate for the occlusion. And that's not a good thing because those vessels can develop and then burst. And you don't want that. So he was monitoring the back of the eye. And there was, in Donna's case, thank God, that there was no additional vessels that were being grown. And Don and I, both of I, because we talk, and Don is a nurse, and we love the field. We think that potentially that we think because that we were stimulating that she was healing, that the eye was healing using what we've been doing. Maybe that compensation that helped reduce or made sure that the compensation of the vessel, the abnormal new vessels to grow, that didn't happen in her because her eye was healing based
Right.
on the therapies we were doing. That's a theory that we have. So it's not something proven, but it's a theory
Right.
we think. And she wants to speak to Dr. Cute to see maybe if that is possibility. We don't know, maybe, but overall, Donna's doing good. And Donna, share with me today. We had a breakthrough. So when Donna still would look straight, she would see a little fuzziness when she would look straight to the right of the target. And when she would go into a cover that was really dark, she could not see. So some of the photoreceptors that deal with night vision were affected. So I was changing the background today to make a more of a little darker background in one of our eye movement programs. So in our eye movement program, the virtual reality, we have 6 parts. So one of them we kept the way it was, and we added a new one with a different kind of background. That's the flexibility we have, and we put all the settings on her phone. So when she leaves me, she sees
Right.
me next week. The whole week, all she has to do is log in, press play, and it's very customized to her. Can you share when you walked in the cupboard what happened after you did the rehab today?
Well, it was really pretty exciting because it's a lower cupboard. It's where I keep all my pots and pans and the lids. And because of my eye issue, I could not see well into, especially the back part of the cupboard, to see which lid to pull out to go with my pot or pan. And I would have to either turn on the ceiling light in the kitchen and bend down, like squat down to get in there to see, or my husband put in a light inside the cupboard for me, which has been very handy. However, right after completing the repertoire of programs here today, I just walked over there and opened the cupboard. I didn't even have to squat down. I could just bend down, and it was almost like my pots and pans were being illuminated from within. I could see every lid. It is just like,
Today
I
was
know
like
it sounds
like
crazy,
today
but
was one of those moments that was like a life changing,
well, like to me, that
it was a marker that we never got before we got that today. Now again, we've been working for several months, so you don't get that right away, but
right,
that's the flexibility of how detailed we could get with the rehab, and on top of it, the software that I control everything through my dashboard, and I could deliver that customized program right to her phone or on
right,
Apple or Android. And then that's it. She does her program. We make changes during our session like we're doing today.
right.
But today she said to me, going into that cupboard was like the day with like the vision was like the day before you had your stroke.
Right. I mean, except for realizing I have that visual issue, that area of my visual field that is damaged. Um, really, that was the best I could ever see in that cupboard since then, ever.
That's great. That's great. So I'm convinced that I don't know how long. So I'll share with you. So I've developed. So I'm a neuroscience exercise specialist. So basically, I work with people who have chronic neurological conditions. So I do. There's 3 parts of my business. One is I work one-on-one with clients. I do primarily most of my work on Zoom, so I can evaluate and I see people telepractice. I work with concussions, traumatic brain injuries, strokes, Parkinson's, uh, movement disorders, balance disorders, kids with ADHD, kids with special needs, people who have seizures, anxiety, so autoimmune conditions because there's a brain component. And I also do the majority of what I do is the brain exercise, and then I do couple the brain stuff exercise with recommending some nutrition and sometimes supplements. Majority is the brain, but then nutrition is very important when I think we need to adjust their diet or the supplement. There are great functional medicine practitioners that get a little bit more deeper than I do, but sometimes I do need to adjust the nutrition or the recommend the supplement to get the result we're looking to get in these conditions. But Donna has been an incredible person to work with, incredible client. We need to have clients that are that comply and follow the programs. She does an amazing job. She has an amazing doctor in ophthalmologist and Dr. Cute in
I think
Williamsport, PA. So if you're in that area, he's tremendous and an excellent doctor. I'm looking
And
forward
he's
eventually.
amazed by
Me,
you, Andrew.
me,
He's amazed
yeah,
by that.
he's very big proponent. He's looking to help his patients, and he's seeing and
Yes.
getting results, and that's what's opening up his eyes. I've developed the software. It took about 3 years. So the second part is I do teach practitioners the work that I do, and the people who know the work. So the people who teach the work, I also supply the software for practitioners, whether it's physical therapists, chiropractors, occupational therapists, um, uh, acupuncturists, trainers, naturopath doctors, neurologists, um, speech pathologists. I do supply that software for them and their patients, so they could deliver those programs. I always work with clients because the core of really what I do is the mechanism, understanding the mechanism and rehabbing, learning, helping people one-on-one, learning from that, and then trying to teach others to try to do this work, or the ones, so teach and supply the software, or the ones who know how to do this work supply the software, because the software, this is the key, is that we could put very customized programs on people's phones, and we could get these kind of results. I feel this is the brain and neuro area is a tremendous area that we could help so many people. We need more practitioners to do this work. The ones that do it, we're out there, that we have this amazing software, and we just, the impact that we can make. We want to make more impact on more people like Donna. But I just wanted to share Donna's story. I'm convinced that next several months that I think we could get we're already at 75% improvement. I think we could get 80 and very close to 100%, resolution. She's made another huge change today. Again, and we have 6 programs. Some of the programs have multiple parts. So we have 22 different brain activities, each with its own interface. So we have a lot of flexibility from the practitioner, but the way we designed it is the practitioner designs and delivers. All Donna does is log into a phone and press play.
Yeah.
So a lot of these apps that are really easy, it's easy to them, but the difference is that the whole control of the settings is all done by the practitioner for their client. So we can get a very because I believe the customization of each program is the key to help each client get those results that they're looking for.
Right.
So I just want to say thank you for Donna, just sharing. Oh, and Donna, can you show the VR headset?
Sure. It's right here. It's just.
So two of our simple that VR headset's $30. We recommend from Amazon, and we use 2 of our brain programs use VR, and then we use a $30 TENS unit with an ear clip, because the ear clip there, the ear is the auricular branch of the vagus nerve for the parasympathetic to help her autonomics. Yep, that's it. That's the pad. Can you show the ear clip? And that's the ear clip goes on the tragus of the left ear.
Whoops.
That's it. That simple things make huge changes, and that's the kind of work that we've been doing, and we want to share. And we're very grateful that Donna is allowing us to share her story. We'll probably continue.
Andrew. Donna is very grateful to Andrew.
We'll continue to do more. We'll continue to do more videos in the next several months, just sharing Donna's progress. But today we had a milestone. Donna before would go into the cupboard. She couldn't see that well. It was a dark area. Today, she went into the cupboard, and it was like today she could see like the day before her stroke, the best she's ever seen in the last probably 5 months. She's been able to see today. And we've probably been working about 4.5 months. So we've been doing very well. She's great to work with, and we've improved her vision by 75%. I think we'll probably get 80, close to 100% of full resolution, 100% vision, and almost a full resolution of her vision in this case, which is amazing. She's had a TIA, transient ischemic attack. She lost central vision, occlusion of the artery, and we've been able to help her to change the autonomics, stimulating her brain, improving the vision. It's all mechanism based. So what I do is I do two things. I look at the mechanism, uh, and, and and I also look at the research evidence. But my main thing is looking at the mechanism, reading the neuroscience books very deeply and in depthly, and figuring out knowing how things work and knowing the breakdown. Once I have that, I have a strong foundation that I could figure out things that are that potentially going to work, and then putting it on my software and then sending it through the software, and then she does it. That combination has been unbelievable.
Very user friendly. And all I know is that all of the testing that the ophthalmologist has done and the documented damage that he has, printouts from the different machines he uses, and he can see where the damage is. He told me he can't explain why I see as well as I do, and that I should not stop doing this program because he is just thrilled to death that I have the vision that I have now.
Well, Donna, I wanted to say yeah, and what we think is the mechanism, and I'll share this, is we think you have receptors all over the body. So that's how it's like little antennas, and that's how the receptors receive electrical impulse, and then they send electrical impulse. So we think that there is a lot of neurons, which is basically the neurons have receptors, and
Right.
those receptors we're stimulating the ones that are good, and we're strengthening them to the point where they're compensating for some of the ones that lost, and we're
Right.
being able to do it in a very specific way with colors, with where we put the targets, the speeds of the targets, how many reps, sets,
Mm-hmm.
and the angle where we put, and the fact that we could do either a 2D or we could do a convergence, a divergence, so targets coming toward or away, and we could get very specific with that with the software. We think because of that, we've been able to whatever that she's had left, we've been able to improve to compensate to help her vision to where it is. So we're very pleased, and we will. Don and I will probably do another video next couple months, maybe to see where her progress. So far, she's improved by 75%.
Mm-hmm.
The numbness is probably reduced by about 80%. She could drive, she could wear contacts, she could see now in the covered. So
Yeah,
also she used to have double vision. The double vision now is completely gone.
I have
The
some.
double
Yes.
vision is gone. So we've had a lot of improvements. Again, great
Yes.
client, great ophthalmologist and Dr. Cute, and then her and I together, we have, myself, Andrew Amigo, I'm the therapist, have done neuro exercise specialists have done a really great job with activating, using my software, and she's been doing great. So we will keep you posted, but we want as many people, regular clients, practitioners, ophthalmologists, everyone to see what we're
Oh
doing.
my God,
We
yes.
want to help more people. All right. So if anyone has any questions, The Accomplished Brain, theaccomplished.brain.com. My name is Andrew Amigo. I am the founder and owner, developer of the brain exercise software, and answer any questions. We just want to help more people, and we appreciate everything. My website is theaccomplished.brain.com, and anybody, Andrew at theaccomplished.brain.com, so you can email me, and we appreciate everything. Okay. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Donna, for sharing your story,
My
and we
pleasure.
appreciate